Look at that spin around. Hi kids, it's me, Papa M. Are you ready to go on an adventure? Me too. So here's what we're going to do today. It's raining outside and it's nasty, so we got to stay inside. So we're going to make this model. It's going to be really fun. We have this green paint because Grayson and Bryce said that it should be green. And we have some red paint for some of the parts. And then we have a whole box of paints to paint all the little parts. Now, the way these work is you open up the box and the car comes with a set of instructions. Now, mommies and daddies give you instructions and teachers give you instructions, and these instructions are how to make a model. Now, what we'll do is we'll take all these parts that come in here and we'll break off each one of the individual parts by bending it back and forth and find the number that matches on here with the instructions on here, and then we'll put the parts together, and then one by one we'll get the instructions done, and before you know it, we'll have a car that looks just like this one. 1969 Chevelle Super Sport. We call it Cherelle because my nephew called it that when he was little. So it's Cherelle the Chevelle. And here's the parts. So it looks like the first instruction says to put the motor together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some glue. Here's our bottle of glue. It's got a nice long pointer so you can get just a little bit of glue on there. And we're going to glue the motor together and we're going to take it from there and get this car built and see how cool it can be. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, so now we got the engine all glued together and it's ready to be painted. It's got a little starter on here. It's got a transmission in the back to make it go. And this whole thing here is the engine. Now I know that these engines, because I have one of these cars, came from Chevrolet, which is the kind of car it is, orange. So this red looks as close as I have to orange. Maybe that's not as orange as I thought. Maybe I should use that one. It's hard to tell. We're going to use this one. So you barely dip it down in here. Some of this you might want to put on a shirt, maybe some gloves, or maybe get mommy and daddy or your grandpa or your grandma or somebody to help you paint this. And you don't have to be too perfect because a lot of it's going to get covered up with other motor parts and it'll be inside the engine bay, it's called, and you won't even see it. But you still want to do it good because the better it looks, the better it looks. On the top of that motor to make it look really cool. It didn't come like that when it was new, but you could add these parts to make your car look cool. Okay, so we'll close up that color for now, let that dry, and clean out our brush so we can do another color. The back of the transmission is usually this gray color that I just got on my finger, so I'm going to see if this gray is gray or if it's it's impossible. The gray paint is turning orange because I got orange paint on my paintbrush. See that? That's no good. Alright, I'll have to clean it out. You gotta do it right or you just make a big mess and you can't get in a hurry. Okay, look at this, guys. Nice new shiny green car that will eventually go on to the body. And then look here, the motor is put together There's the transmission going back. The valve covers. This is a big blower. It gives you a lot of power. See that? Vroom, vroom. And then that will stick right in here like this. Mounts in there like that. And then when this is over it, look at that. It's all coming together slowly but surely. We painted the dashboard, so that'll go inside this engine in here where the seats go. We'll paint a bunch of parts up, but it'll be ready to go. Slowly but surely. All you have to do is follow one direction at a time from our directions, and before you know it, it's all together. So I'll keep going and I'll show you when I get a little farther. Okay kids, so here's where we've gotten to. We've got the seats in, painted them. Not too good, but looks pretty good. Got the front end in. We still got to get the steering wheel in there so we can drive it. And then we got the wheels on this part. See that? They're stuck in there, and I think these will even spin. Oh, they will. Those are almost ready. We got the motor right here. Look at that. Vroom, vroom. And that fits right inside that hole right there. And then the bucket will go in there and it'll go on there. So here's what we got to do. The bottom of this has a little bitty bump you can see right there. And then on this part, there's a little bitty bump right there for it to attach to. So we're going to put the wheels on first so it'll sit up a little higher, and then we'll put a little glue on here and a little glue on there, and we'll set that right on that bump like that, and then we'll put the seats in like that. It's starting to look like a car. Then what'll happen? Then we'll take this, what goes right over the top. It'll fit down over there. So it won't be long. We're getting close. We got all this chrome has to go on afterwards. That's called chrome when it's shiny like that. All right, we'll keep going and we'll see where we get to with the next step. You can almost get right in that engine. Hop inside, we're ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. Getting very close. The wheels are on, tires are on, the motor's in. Bumper's ready to go on, and we're almost done. Okay guys, here's all the instructions and the parts that are left over and all the paints that we used. And there's our car finished. How does it look? Vroom, vroom, vroom. It's ready to go. Whoa, that's awful small. Let's see the engine. We lift off the hood. Vroom, 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 vroom.